Kia ora everybody, it is Robett, and today's question is, how do you build a personal brand that is true to you? It's a really interesting question, and why it's interesting is because people need to make a conscious decision of what is going to be public, what is going to be private, it's like, if you work in certain industries, basically everyone kind of wears this 9-to-5 hat of who they are at work, and then you go to the bar, and after the 5th beer, then you figure out how they're really rolling. So they're almost chameleon-like, where there's a work persona and there's a real persona. And for me, I think that is not an advantage, and actually works to a disadvantage in the long run if you want a personal brand online or on social, because if you build up a fake personal brand that's not authentic to who you are and what you're about, people can sift through it, people can smell it, and people can know that basically you're full of shit and you're hustling them. That's not how you win. How you win is by being fearlessly authentic with what you're about and what you believe, knowing that first before you put yourself in public. Because the last thing you want to do is, if you don't stand for something and you're getting out there and just doing a whole bunch of stuff, it's like, well, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's like, are you the media person, a text person, or this person? Like, what do you actually stand for? And when you create confusion, people step away, and when people step away, they don't actually buy into you or your intent. So you can actually run a real risk if you get loud without people knowing what you're about and why you're doing it. So my advice would be, if you're trying to build the best way to do that real, true, authentic brand is just realizing that who you are as an individual is you as the individual, as the brand. If you try and fake and build all this other bullshit on around the outsides and sprinkles and polish and stuff, that builds up. And let's say if you get all the way through, and then let's say you have the Tiger Woods moment, where this perception of who everyone thought he was and the reality comes through, and then all of a sudden it changes and destroys everything. You run a really high risk of losing everything if you try and fake who you actually are. So it's better to be truly authentic to that, flat, and then build around it. Now look, a lot of people can't talk video like this. That's totally fine. What if you can write? What if you want to do a podcast? What if you want? There's a whole different other ways that you can do it, not necessarily like here. So my advice, if you're wanting to build a true authentic brand that lasts, outside of just a short-term thing where you're trying to do a couple of quick little hustles, would be to be comfortable with who you are, and comfortable for that to be external, and know that it's okay if people aren't going to buy into that as well. Because as soon as you're authentic to you first, everything else becomes a lot easier, instead of you constantly being fearful that you know that you're going to get exposed, which happens every single time if you've been faking it. So truth exposes all, and it goes undefeated with time. So just watch out for that. That is my 2 cents on that. If you think I've can add value to something that you want to know, or you want to ask me anything, hit the link below, ask away, more than happy to help. Have a good day, team. Peace.